my husband Pete, if you join the coaching program, you'll be able to meet Pete. But my husband Pete is not good at delegating. He is not good at delegating. He is the type of person that it's not that he can think he can do it, that he can do it better, but wait, yeah, it is. He thinks he can do it better, right? He's always like, I'm on the thing and I'm like, how do you fix this thing? He's like, get out of the way. Let me just do it real fast. That's kind of how he is, right? And he's just not good at delegating, right? So what I did is I was like, look, you have got to figure out how to get yourself out of this position. Because like, I was like, I gotta travel. I want Lillian to see the world. I don't want I want us to be like worldly, right? And we already are. I mean, I've been to like 40 countries. He's been to a lot of countries with me as well too. I want Lillian to be worldly, right? And so I was like, you got to figure this out. We should be able to like manage all this stuff. So what he did is he took like 3 pieces of paper, and we're the type of people so we're like, nope. Are y'all like this? Y'all tell me. We're notepad people on the wall. Like if you go into my house, like my wall has notepads, like notes on the wall everywhere of just like our goals, the things that we want to do, lists. So we don't have pictures on our walls. We have like notes is what we have on our wall. Like we have this on our wall, and then I write down our lists of things that we can do. Lillian has her tasks. In order, like, what does Lillian, what should Lillian do in order to get a dessert? And then she has her whole thing that she got practice the piano and stuff like this. Anyway, what he did is he had like 3 pieces of paper. One of them was Pete, one of them was Bonnie, and one of them was Chris. All right. And he basically did a brain dump, which is like, what does Pete do right now? What does Bonnie do? Right. He just like brain dumped all that on there because we don't have Chris yet. Chris is just starting. He just brain dumped everything. And then what he did is he started taking all the stuff from Pete and putting it over to Bonnie and Chris. And then he had this like huge list, and it was like, and then by the end he redid it, and Pete's list was like so short. He's going to do like high level stuff like QuickBooks, like looking at numbers, making sure that the finances are good. Like this is what Pete's going to do, like all the higher level stuff. And then he listed out all the mini tasks and stuff that Bonnie's going to do, and all the tasks that Chris is going to do, like huge long list. And after he did that, I could just tell that he just felt so good. Because he was like, he started to get he was starting to feel a little bit bogged down because like he's not able to delegate that stuff off, So once he did that, he really he changed like all of a sudden. That happened like maybe 2 weeks ago. And like last week, Chris started and he was like, you're doing this, teaching, getting ready. And then what he did also is he talked to Bonnie. Right. And he told Bonnie, he was like, look, he's like, I just want you to know that you need to start getting your shit together. Like, because we about to grow, we about to get bigger. And she already knows this because she's been with us day one. She's like, it's like, we're about to buy a lot of storage facilities. And I need you to be like focused. She's like working out of her house. She has like a 2-year-old baby, like a 1.5 2-year-old baby. He's like, I really need you to help me to get focused. So it's like, so what do you do? Do you need an office? Do you need a nanny? Do you need more money to get yourself organized so that you can help me during these 40 hours a week that you're supposed to work, really grow this company? What do you need? And she's like, I need a nanny and I need an office. He's like, fine, done. Right. So like we're all working on that. So it's like so awesome. I'm like so proud of him. Right. Anyways, Chris is the same way. So he's taking Chris out and training him. So we're getting our shit together so that we can grow. Right. And we can buy as many storage facilities as we can. And the reason that we did this, the reason why this is happening right now is because what we did is we sat down. All right. We sat down. And we came up with a number that we need every single month, every single year to live off of, right? What's that number? All right. And we came up with a number. We need this much money every single year to live off of for the next 40 years. All right. And how long is it going to take us to get to that number so that we can have enough money to live off of? And then anything after that that we make is going to go to Lillian. All right. And that's going to be what she's going to get. And so we kind of created this plan and we really kind of like really focused on it. I call this quality conversations. Does anybody ever have quality conversations with their spouse? So Pete and I are, we have these, we call them quality conversations. We're really like digging deep into what our goals are as a family, right? What do we need to do? And our goal is to travel as much as we possibly can. Lillian is going to see as much of the world as she possibly can, right? That's our goal, all right? And so, so what do we need to do? What do we need? How much money do we need for that, right? That's the goal. As we sat down and kind of put a plan together. And that's when we said, okay, we need to, like, in the next 2 years, we need to buy at least 20 more storage facilities. Right. So our goal is to buy 20 storage facilities. Now we buy small facilities, just FYI, to everybody who's listening. Our facilities are like anywhere from 50 to 150 units. All right. Are we ever going to buy bigger ones? I'm not sure. I talked to Pete about this, and like, we just know how to run these little tiny mom and pops. And we're okay with doubling the value of them in a couple of years or whatever, So like we're probably going to just stick to that, honestly, because that's just kind of what it is. This is something that my coach told me 10 years ago when I got started, right? He told me, he said, the wealthy get wealthy by doing one thing. And he said, you pick that one thing that you're good at and you do it over and over and over again. Okay. And you master that one thing, right? You're not all over the place. Is anybody here all over the place? Anybody here like, I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to do this. And they're not focused, right? I tell my daughter Lillian all the time, I was like, you have to focus. If you're going to make it in this world, you have to be focused. And that's why we have her play the piano, is because the piano really makes you focus. It makes your brain focus, right?